see. Not really. But as you can see on the screen, I have a donation link on the website buymeacoffee.com. So feel free to donate if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine. It's all gonna go to, just getting a better webcam, maybe some more mics. Down the road, maybe a newer computer, stuff like that. Without rambling on any farther, we're gonna get right into it. Super Bowl 60. Seattle at New England. Now, obviously, it was a neutral game because the Super Bowl usually is. This year, the AFC was the home team. I picked Seattle to win, and they won. Sam Darnold, also known as the Gek Bus, was 19 of 38 for 202 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. He was sacked once. Kenny Walker III had 27 carries for 135 yards and no touchdowns. Most of that was on like 3 runs. Cooper Kupp had 6 catches for 61 yards, no touchdown. Drake May was 27 of 43 for 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was sacked 6 times. He was also their leading rusher with 5 carries for 37 yards. And Mac Hollins had 4 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. For the final score, 29-13. It was nothing but field goals through the first 3 quarters. And then we had 4 touchdowns in the 4th. And Kenneth Walker III is your Super Bowl 60 MVP. Now that puts a ribbon on the NFL 2025 year. Now, we're going to look back at the Pro Bowl stats and go over, in the last video there were 10 head coach openings, but 6 of them were filled. The other 4 have since been filled, and we'll go over that. And then we will go over the draft order. The NFC won the Pro Bowl 66-52. They were down 18 at one point and stormed back to win it. George Pickens won the offensive MVP, and Antoine Winfield Jr. won the defensive MVP. But if you didn't see it, I don't blame you. But I think the highlight of the whole game was Micah Parsons was on a scooter, and every time the NFC scored, he would come rolling out on it. That was pretty funny and entertaining. Now, as we said in the last one, this is a ranking of the head coach hires, so I don't remember who all, what teams had a vacancy in the last video, and which ones were filled at the time, so. But this is USA Today's ranking. As we know, John Harbaugh went to the Giants. Jesse Minter went to the Ravens. And I believe he was the former defensive coordinator for the Chargers, but I'm not 100% on that. Stefanski went to the Falcons. Robert Saleh went to the Titans. Clint Kubiak, which was the Las Vegas Raiders, he was the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. He went to the Raiders. Joe Brady, I do believe, was the offensive coordinator, and he got promoted. Jeff Hafley went to the Dolphins. He was the Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator. Mike McCarthy went to the Steelers, which I think is a good hire. Mike LaFleur, Matt LaFleur's brother, Mike went to the Cardinals. I believe he was the offensive coordinator for the Rams. Todd Monken took the Browns job, the least desirable of the 10. He was the Ravens offensive coordinator. And obviously there were some other things, like the Vikings fired their GM, and there were offensive coordinators being fired and hired, but I'm not going to go through all that. Except for my team, the Lions, fired their offensive coordinator and brought in another one, which was Drew Petzing from the Arizona Cardinals. And then they hired Mike Kafka to be an offensive assistant or something like that. Okay, now, this will be the draft order. I don't know if I want to go over the team needs and the free agents, but starting it off with the first overall pick, the Las Vegas Raiders. Their big named free agents are corner Eric Stokes, edge Malcolm Kuntz, their kicker, and their offensive guard. They need a quarterback, wide receiver, corner, safety, defensive line, linebacker, and interior lineman. With the second overall pick, the New York Jets. They have a linebacker, some offensive guards, running back, and a safety that will be free agents. They need a cornerback, defensive lineman, corner, linebacker, safety, D lineman on the interior, and a wide receiver. The Arizona Cardinals have the third overall pick. Their big name free agents are Jonah Williams, Jalen Thompson, Calais Campbell, and Michael Carter. They need a quarterback, tackle, offensive line, running back, linebacker, safety, and D-line. With the fourth overall pick is the Tennessee Titans. Their big name free agents are guard Kevin Zeitler, tight end Chig Okonkwo, D lineman Sebastian Joseph Day, edge Arden Key, and kicker Joey Sly. They need a corner, edge, wide receiver, interior offensive lineman, linebacker, and tight end. With the fifth overall pick, we have the New York Giants. Notable free agents are Russell Wilson, Jermaine Munor, Wandale Robinson, Cordale Flott, and Greg Van Roten. They need linebacker, edge, receiver, interior line, offensive tackle, and corner. The sixth overall pick, we have the Cleveland Browns. Their notable free agents are Joel Bitonio, Wyatt Teller, David Njoku, who announced that he's not coming back to Cleveland, Cam Robinson, Ethan Pochik, and Devin Bush. They need a tackle, receiver, quarterback, interior line, and corner. The seventh pick is the Commanders. Debo, Bobby Wagner, Marcus Mariota, Von Miller, and Jonathan Jones are all free agents. They need a running back, a wide receiver, interior line, tight end, linebacker, edge, safety, and corner. The eighth overall pick is held by the Saints. Demario Davis, Alante Taylor, Cam Jordan, and Luke Fortner linebacker, D-line, corner, and safety. The 9th pick is held by the Chiefs with Travis Kelce, Brian Cook, Jalen Watson, Hollywood Brown, Isaiah Pacheco, and Leo Chanel as their free agents. They need a corner, safety, D-line, wide receiver, tight end, running back, and edge. I'm not going to go over the team needs, but the 10th pick is held by the Bengals with Trey Hendrickson, Joseph Osai, Geno Stone, Cam Taylor-Britt, and Joe Flacco as their free agents. The 11th pick is the Dolphins with Jack Jones, Gator Kohu, Russell Douglas, Darren Waller, and Ifeatu Melifonwu as their free agents. The 12th pick is the Cowboys with George Pickens, Javonte Williams, Jadeveon Clowney, Donovan Wilson, and Kenneth Murray as their free agents. They're notable ones. With the 13th overall pick is the Rams via the Falcons. And their upcoming free agents are Rob Havenstein. Well, actually, he just announced that he's retiring. So that leaves Cameron Curl, Roger McCreary, Tyler Higbee, and Darion Kendrick as their free agents. They're big name ones. All their potential free agents are probably just the big name guys that I'm reading off. Obviously, there's more free agents. At 14, we have the Baltimore Ravens with Draymond Jones, Tyler Linderbaum, Daniel Falele, Isaiah Likely, and Kyle Van Noy as their free agents. At 15, we have the Tampa Bay Bucks with Mike Evans, Jamel Dean, Cade Otton, Rashad White, Levante David, and Logan Hall as their free agents. At 16, we have the New York Jets via the Colts. Their upcoming free agents are Quincy Williams, Elijah Vera Tucker, Brees Hall, Tony Adams, and John Simpson. I guess I didn't have to read their free agents again since they were already up there. At 17, you have my Detroit Lions. Our free agents are Al-Quadin Muhammad, Roy Lopez, Alex Anzalone, also known as Anal Zone, Amik Robertson, and Levi Onwuzurike. I don't see us bringing Levi back. At 18, we have the Minnesota Vikings. Their upcoming free agents are Eric Wilson, Jalen Naylor, and Justin School. At 19, we have the Carolina Panthers. With their upcoming free agents, they are Cade Mays, Rico Dowdle, DJ Wanham, Brady Christensen, and Nick Scott. At 20, we have the Cowboys via the Packers. I already went over their free agents. At 21, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their free agents are Aaron Rodgers, Kyle Duggar, Isaac Seumalo, Calvin Austin III, and Cole Holcomb. I think Rodgers comes back for one more year and then calls it quits. At 22, we have the Los Angeles Chargers with Khalil Mack, Zion Johnson, Odafe Owe, Keenan Allen, and Trevor Penning as their upcoming free agents. At 23, we have the Eagles and Nakobe Dean, Jalen Phillips, Reed Blankenship, and Dallas Goedert as their free agents. At 24, we have the Cleveland Browns via the Jaguars. I already went over their free agents. At 25, we have the Chicago Bears with Kevin Byard, Jaquan Brisker, Nashawn Wright, and Braxton Jones as their free agents. At 26, we have the Buffalo Bills. And their upcoming free agents are Connor McGovern, Joey Bosa, David Edwards, Matt Milano, and Mitchell Trubisky. At 27, we have the San Francisco 49ers. Jawan Jennings, Spencer Burford, Brian Robinson Jr., and Eddie Pinheiro and Cleveland Farrell are their upcoming free agents. At 28, we have the Houston Texans, and they have Ed Ingram, Sheldon Rankins, Christian Kirk, Derek Barnett, and Tim Settle as their upcoming free agents. At 29, we have the Los Angeles Rams, and I already went over their free agents. At 30, we have the Denver Broncos, who have John Franklin Myers, Alex Singleton, PJ Locke, and Justin Strnad as their upcoming free agents. At 31, we have the New England Patriots. Clavon Chason, Jalen Hawkins, Kai Iris Tonga, and Austin Hooper as their upcoming free agents. And last but not least, for the first round, we have the Seattle Seahawks, Rashid Shaheed, Boye Mafe, Josh Jobe, Kobe Bryant, and Tariq Woolen as their upcoming free agents. Now this is interesting. There are 4 teams without a first round pick this year. They are the Atlanta Falcons, the Green Bay Packers because of the Micah trade, the Indianapolis Colts, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that is our Super Bowl recap, a little bit about the Pro Bowl. The head coaching vacancies have all been filled. We know the draft order. This will probably be my last NFL ASMR video until preseason, unless I forget. And I'm gonna try to make like division predictions and all of that. Oh, we didn't go over the MVP and stuff. So let me get that all situated and I will be right back. Okay. Starting off with the MVP award, which was Matthew Stafford, which we all knew was going to happen. The coach of the year was Mike Vrabel, the Patriots head coach. The comeback player of the year was Christian McCaffrey, who plays for the Niners. Makes sense, he was like 80% of their team. The offensive player of the year was JSN, the Seahawks wide receiver. The defensive player of the year was Myles Garrett, which we all figured because he broke the record. The offensive rookie of the year was Tetairoa McMillan. The defensive rookie of the year was Carson Schlesinger. Oh, Ted McMillan was the Panthers wide receiver, and Carson Schlesinger is the Browns linebacker. The Next Gen Stats Moment of the Year award goes to the Bears quarterback Caleb Williams for his game-winning Hail Mary touchdown pass to DJ Moore versus the Packers. FTP. The Walter Payton Man of the Year was Bobby Wagner, who is a linebacker for the Commanders. The Hall of Fame class of 2026 was Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig. The new award this year is called the Protector of the Year, and that went to Joe Thuney from the Chicago Bears. 6 air and ground players of the year were Drake May, the Patriots quarterback, Christian McCaffrey, the running back for the Niners, and JSN, the Seahawks wide receiver. The Salute to Service Award was won by Christian McCaffrey. The Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award was won by Buda Baker, who was a safety for the Cardinals. The Deacon Jones Sack Leader Award went to Myles Garrett, the Browns defensive end. The AP Assistant Coach of the Year goes to Josh McDaniels, who is the Patriots offensive coordinator. And the NFL Fan of the Year Award went to Edward Callahan, who is a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles. The NFL Flag Players of the Year are Bryson Wright and Ava Rotondi. The Jim Brown Award went to James Cook, who is the running back for the Bills. And last but not least, the Don Shula High School Coach of the Year Award went to Dave Ettinger from Garden City High School and Dylan Smith from the Palisades Charter High School. So with that will put a bow on my NFL ASMR videos this year. Like I said, I'll be back in the preseason. We can make some division winner predictions and all that fun stuff. But until then, I thank you so much for watching and or listening. I hope you got some well-needed rest or relaxation.